The world is watching all this with horror. U.S. President Barack Obama has warned Ukraine's president not to call in the military. He and Canada's Prime Minister Stephen Harper discussed the crisis at a summit meeting today in Mexico. The U.S. and the European Union are threatening to impose sanctions on Ukraine. Jacques Bourbeau is looking at world and Canadian reaction for us tonight.
One look at the signs gives you an idea of the depth of anger and emotion felt by these protesters on Parliament Hill.
People are frustrated at 20 years of criminality and kleptocracy. And
I want my homeland to be as free and without corruption.
Watching the violence in their homeland is agonizing, and they want Canada to send a strong message to the Ukrainian government.
We demand that Western governments, and in particular government of Canada, take some sanctions and be involved.
The Canadian government's rhetoric matches that of the protesters. A news release issued by two Conservative MPs says they're angered, disgusted, and disappointed. So far, the Canadian government has banned some Ukrainian officials from entering Canada and is providing medical aid to the protesters.
Canada is watching very, very closely, and those people that are responsible for this violence will be held to account.
On the international stage, world leaders are issuing their own warnings to the Ukrainian government.
But we hold the Ukrainian government primarily responsible for making sure that it is dealing with peaceful protesters in an appropriate way.
And it now appears Western countries are preparing to back up their tough words with sanctions.
We expect that targeted measures against those responsible for violence and use of excessive force can be agreed by our member states.
But so far, neither moral indignation nor the threat of sanctions has been enough to stop the violence in Ukraine from escalating. Jacques Bourbeau, Global News, Ottawa.